Hi friends, it's Diana. I'm so glad I get to speak to you even though I'm not with you tonight, but I really wanted to be. My heart is with you. I'm sad that I'm not there, but I'm excited to get to speak to you for a few minutes and have a lot to share. And I love this topic, how to love who's at home. Great topic. So my part is going to be talking about setting the spiritual atmosphere. And I wanted to squeeze in 8 quick tips. What's helped us, how we've done it, although nobody does it perfectly, including us. Here are some things that I think might help, what we've learned throughout the years. And I hope it blesses you. And I hope that you take this amazing night full of information and just start simply implementing one thing at a time. Don't look at it as a mountain of information, but rather really take one thing and start doing it and see how God moves and how he blesses the one thing that you start doing. So quickly, how do you set the spiritual atmosphere? First of all, understanding that it is a warfare. It's warfare. Understanding that it's not a physical battle, but it definitely is a battle. And if the enemy can take over the atmosphere of your home, then he sets up the atmosphere for your relationships and for your work and for everything that stems from that. So when you know that this is warfare, here are 8 things that you can do when you recognize it as such. So number 1 is worship. Worship will warfare for you when you're off, when you're just not quite right, when you sense that I'm going down that path again and I really don't want to, but it's at that moment that you can come in and let the worship, simply turn it on, put on some worship music, worship to it, let it just be on if you can't get to that point. Point is, let it do some of the heavy lifting. I remember really a time in my life where I was at rock bottom and I felt like everything was kind of crashing down. And I was on the phone with my sister and she said, Diana, you're a worshiper. Turn on some music, let it be, and go from there. And it really helped me to recognize it as such. So number 1 was worship. Number 2, recognize your words as seeds. See them for what they are and understand that whatever you're speaking, you're planting. What do you want to reap? If you want to reap a bad boy, if you want to reap a stubborn husband, if you want to reap an unhelpful situation or spouse or child or whatever, then continue to say that. But if I recognize my words are seeds, then I will be speaking things more calculated. I'll start to recognize those things and really put more thought into the things that I'm speaking. So speak those things as if they are, start talking and saying, my house has peace. Even if it's chaos around you, it's okay. Start speaking them in faith. So words are seeds, number 2. Number 3, replace negative thoughts and responses with truth talk. What does the word say about your situation? Number 4, pray for strength and direction. Invite God in. Sometimes we invite God in only into the big things. But something like setting the atmosphere in my house, we just kind of don't think that he's all that interested. And the truth is, he is. He really wants to be involved in that. So invite him in to even the small things, or what we consider small. Number 5, recognize the Redeemer. It's never too late with God. Even if your children are grown or getting grown or out the door, whoever is at home, whoever's been in your home, whoever gets to come into your home, he's the Redeemer. You're not too far gone. The relationships that you're in are not too damaged. He can come in and make beauty out of the ashes. So recognize him as the Redeemer. He can turn any relationship around, no matter how far gone. Number 6, don't perpetuate patterns. Be aware of this. Seek him for the model. I was sharing this last Sunday with a friend at church, and I said, I didn't really get a good model for how I should parent a teenager. I never got that. I don't know where to look for that. Seek him for that pattern. That's what I'm learning, is to really press in and say, Lord, I don't know how to do this. Would you help me? Would you teach me? So don't fall into the patterns that you have maybe learned or picked up or what you saw before you. No matter how good or bad our upbringing is, there's always room for improvement. Don't fall into the patterns. If you grew up in a household of yellers, don't make that your next generation. Take a stand and understand it and recognize it as the pattern that it is. Number 7, tell your feelings to come in line with truth. So this kind of goes with the number 3, replacing negative thoughts. But your feelings don't dictate your reality. Your truth does. So hold on to the promise of the Redeemer. Hold on to hope. Hope rising. And the last one is recognize it's all part of the process of my shaping. If it's bringing forth patience, what fruit is it bringing forth? Truly, right now in our situation, our children are home, and I've recognized that as they get older, they've really raised us as much as we've raised them. In knowing that, it's helped me to parent better, in knowing that he's bringing forth different fruit in me that wasn't there before. So my time's up. It's way over, actually. So I just wanted to bless you and say I love you. And I will see you all soon. And have a great night. Thanks for letting me share. Bye.